Thought I would share this video for you, very current, unscripted, and a little bit raw and from the heart actually. I just went live in my membership group. You may not know this, I run a membership for entrepreneurs to support them with the legal elements of running their business. It's called Legal in My Pocket, and every Monday morning I go live and answer any questions. So from all sorts of things. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. But I'm joining you from my new office. And I started to explain what ended up being a little bit of a life story, but a bit about how I ended up here from being in the corporate world. Do you know what? I thought people want to know this story. I'm going to record it. So I haven't written notes. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to explain it to you and tell you about it because I feel inspired. I was feeling emotional when I did it because when I was telling people because I can't believe I've done it. I can't believe that I am running my own businesses. I have two businesses. So let me tell you a little bit about those. So I run Lucy Legal. I started doing that back in 2019. We didn't set up as limited straight away, but 2019. And I was just doing it on the evenings and weekends, not spending a load of time on it. I set it up bank holiday in May 2019 and was just supporting the odd person, drafting the odd template agreement here and there. And we then, personally, I was going through a few difficult things. I got married and was excited about the business, but never really thought I was ever going to do this full time. You actually couldn't really do it full time as a lawyer at that point. There was this really interesting switch over that happened, interesting if you're a lawyer, where you could go self-employed. And I remember watching and reading about people talking about going self-employed. Do you know what it said? It said, this article I was reading, written by guys, interesting. I know that the legal profession is often seen as stale, male and pale. Trying to change that by red, a bit of pink. No, but just being good at what I do and being female is just happens to be the case. It's not trying to forward because I am female. It's just doing the job and supporting female entrepreneurs who don't necessarily want to work with guys who like to talk about things in a really complicated way. But anyway, so I'd read this article and it said, yeah, you could be self-employed. You'd be like the Uber. No one would want to work with you, and they'd want to work in the black cab. They take a black cab rather than Uber, but I think actually that's changed now as well. And they were sort of saying, oh, you'd be like second class, and they said just make sure you've got a really good plan of what you're going to say at your next interview when you go back into the workplace. And I was like, oh my goodness, they just think people are going to fail. And what an awful way to treat people who want to set up and want to work for themselves, want flexibility, want to chase after their dreams and work with dream clients, which is exactly what I do now. So anyway, the pandemic hit. We had issues personally with my own sort of health, well-being. We were trying for a family. It was really stressful trying to have a job, and I realised that my levels of stress were off the scale, and potentially that was why we were having miscarriages. Probably a story for another day, that section, but ultimately the decision was made. I was going to try and take this template business full time. So I did, although I didn't go back to the office after lockdown. I didn't know that was going to happen. I had a meeting with my boss just about client work, and he said, I'll see you tomorrow. Went downstairs because it was a working from home day anyway for me at that point. I was working upstairs in the study, and heard Boris say, you're not going anywhere, and then I never went back. And I worked in that room, and I'm going to feel emotional because I worked in that room for months, the same as everybody else did. I was working, one of our clients was the NHS at that point. I was working on sort of the helpline. Everything changed. It was giving legal advice, who's insured to come back into the workplace. And with COVID, there was just so many interesting things going, supporting doctors in that time when obviously they were trying to save people rather than deal with legal things that were already ongoing. Really challenging time being in that room at sort of 5 a.m, realising we'd lost another pregnancy, sitting on the floor in the study and just thinking, when is this ever going to happen for us? Will we ever have children? To then knowing that we need to move out of the office, because my office in the house, because we now have two beautiful girls and it's a home. It's very much a home, and it feels emotional to move here, to realise that you can do it. You can chase your dreams and you can make it happen, and to be able to afford to buy not just like a tiny little space, but a really nice office, brilliant setup I've got. It feels incredible and it feels like a really new chapter, and I'm really, really excited because for me, I've been working hard. I didn't really stop within either of the pregnancies, probably again, and it's something to really delve into another time. But for me now, the membership is everything. I'm putting everything into Legal in My Pocket, because yes, we've got the template shop, that's not going anywhere. Lucy Legal Template Shop is just incredible. We have experienced growth like nothing else again this year. I thought, like COVID, people were setting up businesses and supporting people. It was very much a right time, right place, right time business. We've seen huge growth again this year. I'm so grateful to that. I'm so grateful. If you have bought anything from our website ever, I'm so grateful to you, because you allow me to strive forward with my dream to help more people, and allowing me to do that is such a privilege, to help people, and I genuinely believe we do. So people get our templates when they are lost, when they don't know if they can set up a business, when they really have these big dreams and they're like, I don't know what I need to do. I don't know what to put in a privacy policy. I don't know what to put in an agreement. How am I going to ensure I get paid? Like, I want to leave my full-time job, but how will I know I'm going to get paid? Like, I know how that feels. I left my full-time job with maternity leave, knowing I was trying for a baby at that point. We weren't actually pregnant when I'd handed my notice, but very quickly we were. So we lost a very good maternity package. I lost like sick leave, all of those kind of things, holiday allowance, but I've replaced it with more than that, and more than that in monetary terms, but also more importantly for me, we've replaced it with more freedom, with more fun. I have the best clients, as I said before. The people in the Legal in My Pocket membership are amazing. The people who purchase our templates are incredible. People who are joining our courses, they come, sometimes they're like, right, I'm building this on the chance that I can leave my full-time job and go and like to coach people or work with people's mental health and well-being, or they're personal trainers, or they might be in all different types of specialism, and they come to us because they want that support and confidence that their contracts are going to help them to, as I say, to get paid, to have a really professional relationship with someone, so they can set boundaries, because boundaries, people see contracts as being quite restrictive. Contracts are boundaries. Contracts say, this is what I'm going to do and this is what you need to do. And there should be a section within your contract about when your client needs to show up and how they should show up, and that they've got to do the work. For all too often, it seems like coaches sometimes say, oh, and consultants, oh God, my client is the boss. Clients are the boss, of course they are, but we've got to help them. We've got to steer them and tell them, like, you need to show up for the sessions, and let's be honest with people and tell them they've got lots of work to do in between, because otherwise they'll come to you working for you and they'll think, oh, this is a one and done solution. And you can be like, well, no, that's not the offer you purchased. We do offer a complete bespoke package where we do everything for you. But for this package, maybe it's social media management. You're going to have to do engagement yourself. You're going to have to write captions. You're going to have to provide us with photos. We'll do the captions, but you've got to give us the photos. That kind of thing. Sometimes people don't know, because we're all coming at business from different angles and different specialisms and different experiences. And I just can't believe, I really can't believe, as I feel very emotional doing this, to say I've moved my business out of the bedroom. Well, it never was a bedroom, but a spare bedroom. We bought our house, hoped we'd had a family, struggled to have a family, then have outgrown the house, and I know that that's such a fortunate thing, and I know I'm very, very lucky to have a family. And if you are in that part, in an earlier part of your journey, I'm wishing you all the luck with that. I know how hard that can be, but I also know how it's helped me to throw everything into the business, to grow it to an extent whereby my husband never actually went back after he took shared parental leave. Things grew. He then decided, actually, I would like this flexibility. I want to grow my own business too. So started doing that at the end of his year-long paternity. And yeah, things have just gone from strength to strength. And I'm so grateful to you for watching this, for being here, and join us. If you're not already a member of Legal in My Pocket, now is the very best time to join us, because it's at a ridiculously low rate. And I know that people say, like, for legal protection we should be charging so much more, But for now, I want it to be accessible. I want you to get the support. I want you to be able to come and speak to me on a Monday morning and ask me a question. If you've got a trademark query, if you've got a contractual issue, if you've got somebody who's appealed their Stripe payment and you are like, oh my goodness, how do I handle getting my money back from Stripe or from PayPal because a client has revoked the payment? How can I set things up differently to stop that happening in the future? Whatever it's to do with, whether it's tricky client issues, just wanting to get set up properly, we're here for you and we won't let you fail. And that is our new slogan as well. We won't let you fail. And I really want to stand behind that. And I want every entrepreneur in the UK to be part of Legal in My Pocket. I want you to have the access. I want to bring a team of people to support you. I'm really excited. So yeah, thanks for listening to my life story. Thanks for listening to this chapter for sure. I cannot wait to see where things go next. I'm recording this. I am going to date stamp it on the start of October, the start of Q4 for 2023. I can't wait to watch this back in only a few months' time and see how much progress we've made. I cannot wait to take you on this journey with me. So do make sure that you join as a member. Come and get in touch with us and say hello, see if it's a good fit for you. But do join us, follow us on social media. I'll put all the handles and stuff below too. And yeah, really excited for you on your entrepreneurial journey, and thank you for joining me along with mine.